Welcome to episode 1 of our follow-up prompt series, a series that is dedicated to helping us fix the #1 biggest flaw with ChatGPT and Gemini users, and that is stopping at one prompt. So today, and in future episodes, we're going to be deep diving into exactly how you can follow up your initial prompt to ensure that you get exactly what you want. Be sure to hit that like button on your way in, but let's get started. So far on this channel, we have talked a lot about the importance of staying in the driver's seat. Think of it this way. Imagine that AI is your employee and you are the boss. And I know there's a lot of people from different ages listening to me right now, so let me tell you this if you haven't yet had your first job. Not all bosses are perfect human beings, and some of them give really unclear instructions, leaving you in a really difficult spot. Let's take a look at a prompt that a bad boss might use. Something like, make me an essay about dogs. Now, if you were to send that prompt through, you would get an essay about dogs. But stop and think, how much does AI not know from that single prompt? And there is so much information that AI just is having to guess about, which is leaving you with an output that is just average, if not worse. Sure, it knows it's talking about some kind of dogs, but is it informing us? Is it persuading us? Is it demonstrating something? Is it for adults? Is it for high school students? Is it for elementary school students? 1 paragraph? 3 paragraphs? 3 pages? 20 pages? Do you want this essay to be funny? Do you want it to be professional? Do you want sources? Should it be in MLA formatting? Should it be in APA formatting? Is a thesis statement necessary? What is the thesis statement? Should it be written in the first person or the third person, or provide a counterpoint? Overall, with that original prompt, you are forcing AI to assume these things, which means that it's not going to be fitting what you want, and you certainly are in no driver's seat. That's where today's prompt comes in, called the clarification prompt, and there are all kinds of ways that you can implement this when working with AI, but today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can apply this clarification prompt to your next project. So at this point, you have submitted your first average prompt, and you got an output that didn't look anything like you were hoping it would. So here's where the follow-up prompt comes in. You asked, what did you think my goal was? This prompt is kind of like asking your friend if they were really listening to you or just nodding along, but it gets to the core of what AI was executing. Was it actually doing what you wanted, or was it just making some assumptions that had nothing to do with your goal? Number 2, tell me what assumptions you made. This one is actually my favorite, and I like to use this one even if my initial prompt was well developed. It forces AI to show you where it filled in the gaps, which then allows you, as the boss, to address those gaps and fill them in so that your next output is closer to what you're looking for. In fact, I once asked AI to help me write a recommendation letter, and it wrote one that was 3 pages long. It assumed that's what I wanted, which it wasn't. In fact, I don't know anyone who wants a recommendation letter that long. But regardless, I had to follow up to get what I was actually looking for. And number 3, what information do you still need? This prompt is particularly useful because AI is not going to tell you when you're being a bad boss. It's not going to tell you that your instructions aren't very clear. Lately, it has been asking for some additional details sometimes, but you, as the person in the driver's seat, should be the one to initiate that conversation. So if you didn't include who the audience is, AI will ask you. If you didn't include what sort of tone you're looking for, AI will ask you. If you didn't include how long the essay should be, AI will ask you, which means that it will force you to fill in the gaps, creating a much better final output. Now, do remember the 80-20 rule. When you get that output that is closer to what you want, don't just take it and turn it in. Instead, this is where the editing process comes in. And you can work with AI to provide some suggestions, but it's important that you read through it and make it your own, because if you don't, you're abandoning the driver's seat and just creating products that anyone can make. And no one is going to hire someone who is just using AI to produce their work. You have to make it your own. So the next time you get an output that doesn't look anything like what you were looking for, use a clarification prompt. In fact, it could very well make you one of the best prompters out there. So make sure you use these skills wisely. I'm Luke with Groovy Education, where we have trained over 250 schools on how to responsibly integrate AI into their classroom. Links to how you can access our training opportunities are below, as is a link to our school community, which is free to join for now, but it's not always going to be. But be sure to subscribe to our channel because we got future episodes coming out on our follow-up prompting series so that you can be one of the best prompters out there. But until next time, see ya!